Hi Leo, welcome to your Siren Song reading. As I was preparing your cards, I had a sense of a distant sort of sing-songy voice. I also had to start the reading a couple of times, just like kind of flubbing. So yeah, for what that's worth. Yeah, bottom of your deck, you have the Four of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. So let's, let's see. All right, Leo, the first line of your first verse is the Queen of Pentacles. So that's the cardinal sign of Earth. It's kind of having command over all of your resources. You know, time, money, your home. And then we have the Empress, which actually popped out while I was shuffling in the very beginning when I first sort of pulled up the deck and started thinking about Leo. And then we have the Eight of Swords. If I haven't mentioned it before, the artist of this deck has used some popular iconography from the last century or so. You can probably recognize this figure. You know, sort of mental torment of one's own making. As you can see, this figure could leave that state. You know, she's kind of like she believes she's dying, but she's also sort of like stuck in a pose, a performance, and then all these opportunities for transformation are all around her, but she's kind of staying in that inert, you know, she's in a coffin, so. And then we have the World. The fourth line of the first verse of your song, Leo, is the World. This is like this beautiful palace glowing in like a glowing orb. And we're going to clarify everything, but let's move over into your chorus. So for the chorus, you have the Shaman. So the main theme of your reading is about rallying all your forces of sort of deep study and mentorship, healing, and access to like other realms. And kind of keeping a check on your own darkness, right? Because this great healing force needs to stay clean, right? Of its own darkness, its own projections and fears, and it looks like an entire, like it's so spacious, it looks like an entire universe out there. I'm just trying to figure out like where that voice, because I originally heard in the beginning, I heard like this sense of like a distant voice in a sing-songy way, sort of calling Leo. And I guess it would be like, this is like where I would hear it, maybe, you know, in this very spacious kind of open sky full of gifts that is, I don't know, I guess within you. I don't know, let's keep going. Excuse me. Second verse, first line, we have the Ten of Cups. It's such a beautiful card. Isn't that a beautiful image? Of course, when I first encountered this card in this deck, I thought this was the Three of Cups. But this is the Ten of Cups. And the second line of the second verse is the Eight of Pentacles. And right now, what this bird is working on, right? Eight of Pentacles, hard at work, productive work, consistent work, productive work, is actually sort of chewing on something. You know, kind of like gnawing on something. Yeah, this will make sense when we clarify. So here we have the Hermit, Leo, card of Virgo. So, you know, lighting your internal truth, taking some space and time. You know, here's more space here in the Shaman card. And then the fourth line of the second verse, we have the Nine of Cups. So wish fulfillment. So Queen of Pentacles to Empress, to Eight of Swords, to the World card. Shaman as the chorus. Ten of Cups, to Eight of Pentacles, to Hermit, to Nine of Cups. So command of your resources, embodying the energy of all the queens, being incredibly creative, but something is kind of seizing upon your mental landscape and temporarily making you feel trapped. And then the World card. And then the Shaman. You know, your great gifts for healing because you keep yourself, because you study and you act as a mentor, and your connection with like the underworld in shamanism, be the underworld, you know, sort of connected to, we're connected to it by our intuition, our subconscious. And then Ten of Cups into Eight of Pentacles, which is like digesting something, into the Hermit, into Nine of Cups. And then the chorus moves over here, and your bridge is the Elephant Spirit, learned from the past. Okay, so let's clarify, see if we can get a sense of the story here behind your song. So we have the Queen of Pentacles with the Two of Wands. So you're choosing a path. In full command of all of your earthly resources, of your time, your money, your energy, your earthly goods, your home, etc. With all of that completely under control, you're choosing a path. And you're in the most possible, the most generative, creative, birthing energy possible, and successful on that path. And here we have fire energy, pure fire energy. It's almost like it throws you for a loop. I don't know, like maybe, was there a fear of success thing that happened or something briefly? Or like, did things get too good too fast? Or was it all just really overwhelming? But it's moving forward anyway, because we have the World card and then we have the Ten of Swords in reverse. So it's almost like just in the course of continuing to move forward in this successful venture, things get resolved. Like, I don't know, it's almost like, so you've got some fears coming up for you, but they don't do anything to sort of douse the pure fire energy that's coming in, and it doesn't do anything to sort of slow down the completion of this cycle. And then they just, it's almost like you can't even hear these squawking birds anymore, you know, because things are moving forward so powerfully. And then we get into the shaman energy, which I think the primary message of this is just like, keep an eye on your own darkness, you know. A really simple understanding of things I like to go back to when things feel complicated is that everything that's love is real and everything that's fear is false, right? Fear, everything that's an obstacle is usually fear-based, and a lot of fears are imagined. A lot of fears never come true. You know, I think maybe, Leo, you have a situation where things got really good really fast, and you became fearful, but it really didn't slow anything down. But it kind of had the potential to sort of put a glitch in the works. So when you get to the shaman card, it's almost like the message is like, you're really powerful. Like you you influence people, you are a healing force, you're connected, you know, to the divine. But you got to be careful of allowing yourself to get seized with fear. Because then we have the Ten of Cups come in. And the Ten of Cups is clarified by the Knight of Pentacles, which is the card of Virgo. So this kind of like, it's almost like, hey, just everything's, all is well. You know, everything is well. Like, it's not too good to be true. It is as good as it seems, and it's not moving too fast. It's really not. It's coming in at a very reasonable pace. You know, you just scared yourself or something. And then the second line of the second verse, when we have the Eight of Pentacles, we have transformation. So digesting that information, like, you know how like when we're afraid and we like project fear and we go into this, like we go into our head and we go into this kind of like Eight of Swords state, and then we come out of it and we look back and we're like, whoa, I just like did that to myself. That was like completely unnecessary. I had nothing to fear. I got triggered or whatever. Like, you digest that information and it transforms you, right? Because that's what happens. Like, is when we actually like face our own darkness, like the areas where we get triggered and we project and you know, we get in our own way or whatever, when we actually kind of look back at those and be like, okay, so where did that come from? And then we sort of dig deep and heal it. It transforms us so that we kind of stop taking it with us. So this is you digesting all of that, and this is you growing, basically. And then we have the Hermit, card of Virgo, and you're you know, keeping the lantern lit inside yourself. You know, like if this is the space inside yourself where that voice was singing from a distance, that voice was singing your name, Leo, you know, like that, then this is you sort of returning to that place within yourself, right? Like, let's say this is just like a snapshot of the sky that's back here, right? And that's the place inside of you where you get greatest clarity, right? You know, the Rider-Waite Lantern Virgo, you know, Hermit, sorry. I mean, it is the card of Virgo, that's why I said it. But, and then we have, in there we have the Page of Cups. And in the Page of Cups, the page is feeling like just love energy from the heart, and that's causing the page to like elevate, and it's not doing so fearfully. So it's almost like a return to innocence. There's a bit of a return to innocence here in the Virgo card, like this kind of, you had been through this Eight of Swords energy, but the you know, the world kept turning anyway, the cycle ended anyway, the evolution of yourself continued, you know, and then this reassurance in Ten of Cups and Knight of Pentacles, and then, you know, the digestion of like this sort of, you look back at this kind of blip, this period of illusion that you went through, and you transform as a result of it, and that transformation is kind of like a return to innocence, a return to the truth of like things being okay, basically. And then we have here, we open the reading with the Queen of Pentacles. Here we have, in the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment energy, we have the Queen of Cups. So, card of Cancer. Cardinal energy of water. Nurturing, you know, nurturing. There's definitely an element of Queen of Cups in the shaman, for sure. You know, it's like the mother energy that you surrender into. It's that kind of love that she's capable of, you know, just like a complete, unconditional, soft love in which to surrender. You know, kind of goddess of emotions, goddess of love in a lot of ways. You know, it's Cancer, which is ruled by the moon. And she's kind of bathing in that moonlight and connected to all that light. So that clarifies your Nine of Cups energy. So what I think you end up doing, Leo, is something's going really, really well for you. Like, something's been going really, really well for you. And for a brief second in the first verse, you lose sight of it. You scare yourself or something like that. But then when we go into the chorus, there's this really developed, like sort of spiritually developed, the personal development is like really high that you can count on. And within that big space deep within yourself, there's a voice calling to you in a sing-songy way, a very like almost like a lullaby type voice, you know, calling to you to sort of reassure you. And then you get reassured in the beginning of the second verse with like your 10 of Cups, and like, you know, everything's beautiful, it's fine, everything's fine, there's all is well, and it's not moving too fast. It's just, you know, the pace is definitely workable. You know, it's a workable pace. Don't worry, Leo. And you're just kind of like digesting everything that you've just been through, and it really does transform you because you have an awareness of like, wow, I got my own way a little bit there. You know, I don't know what I was afraid of. And then, you know, going deep within like that into this sort of sky of your own sort of like wise, healing connection to, you know, you, which is here, you kind of like return to the innocence of, you know, the loving, nurturing feelings. And the fact that your 9 of Cups is actually real and, you know, into the Queen of Cups energy. So that's what I have for you so far. I don't know where it goes from here. It'll be interesting to look at that third verse. We'll do that over on Vimeo. And in any event, if I see you there or if I see you next week, it's been a pleasure, Cancer. Ah, Leo. Wait, why did I say that? It's because of this. It's because of the Queen of Cups energy. I thought it a lot through the reading, too. And it's not like I just did Cancer. I didn't. I did it a couple hours ago. So let me look here for a second. So we have 4 of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, 9 of Wands, Hanged Man, 10 of... Oh! Oh my god. The card that I, like, was left... Queen of Cups. So, there could be a Cancer involved, or this could be about when Cancer becomes Leo, or when the sun is moving from Cancer to Leo, or something like that. Yeah. I don't know. More will be revealed over on Vimeo if you're interested. Okay. Thank you. Bye, Leo.